Hey guys, it's Brina Well back again for another podcast on Open the Lock. And this week we're going to be talking about the stillness in your mental health. I've spoken about this in a previous podcast, but I was obviously so young when I spoke about it. So now that I'm a bit older and have had more experience with mental health and stuff like that, I kind of just wanted to open up the topic again because mental health is extremely important, and that's why I started this podcast to begin with. So let's get into it. As you guys maybe know, I have been struggling with mental health ever since I was about the age of 14. It started from home. I had a lot of mom and dad problems, specifically daddy issues, as a lot of us girls do, unfortunately. But a lot of it stemmed from that, and it really hurt me. And I didn't know how to process it all. I was so young, and obviously I was just in my head all the time and doing bad things, smoking, doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And it got worse because I didn't have the right mindset, and I didn't have anything good around me to help me with that. And so throughout the years, dealing with that at home, also dealing with just personal issues such as just low confidence, depression, anxiety, like just not confident within myself, constantly doubting myself, hating how I looked, hating how I felt, and just hating me, who I am as a person, like in general. I just want to preface this that it is okay to have problems with your mental health. It is completely normal. A lot of people think that we need to shut it out, and that, depression is not a real thing, anxiety is not a real thing, and it is. So just remind yourself that it's okay to feel your emotions. I felt like I was stuck forever. I felt like this loop with my parents was never going to go away. I felt like the depression that I was going through was never going to go away. Not eating, sleeping all the time, smoking, wanting to get high to not feel the pain anymore, not feel heartbreak, not feel the low self-esteem that I had with myself, and I just felt so still. I felt like I was stuck, that I wasn't going to get anywhere or achieve happiness ever in my life. And I think what is so important within this all is that you have to recognize that stillness. You have to recognize when you are falling, when you're drowning, because I feel like when you are able to pinpoint what it is that you are going through, that what you're struggling with, it is so much easier to now take control of your life and now take control of the situation, because you know what it is. And now you know what you have to do to figure it out and find the things that are going to help you feel better in the future. A lot of the times it could feel like we're just stuck in this place and we're never going to get out. And I've been there. I still go through that sometimes now, that where I feel like I'm going to be stuck in this loop where I'm just going to feel tired, unmotivated, undetermined, just unhappy, unfulfilled. And I just feel like it's going to take me years to get out of this place. It is okay to sit with your emotions. It is okay to feel them. Feel your emotions. Feel the sadness. Feel the angriness, everything, the loneliness. Feel that depression. Because if you don't, and you just try to go out to ignore it and find, as you would say, solutions, which could be smoking or drinking, that's not helping you either, because that's just pausing how you feel. That's not actually you internalizing, okay, how I'm feeling, how can I get better? But at the same time, with feeling your emotions, you also have to be able to set a limit within yourself, because when you are going through something and you see it clear as day what it is that you're going through, you have to be able to limit yourself and tell yourself that, yes, I'm going through this, but I'm not going to be in this forever. And I need to figure out how to make myself better, because a lot of people will be in depression, will have anxiety, and they will just sit with it forever, and they won't ever want to help themselves. And you can't. You have to set a limit for yourself so you don't get to that evil and such dark place. As soon as you're self-aware and you take accountability for how you feel, for what you are going through, that is when you're able to take the next step to figure out what it is that you're going to do next to be better. And the best way to help those problems is with actually doing daily things and taking daily steps to find yourself back again, whether that's you taking a walk, whether that's you meditating or praying or journaling. For me, journaling really helps me a lot to express my emotions, especially when I'm just all caught up in my head and I don't really know how to explain it. Even therapy has helped me a lot throughout the years. There's been quite a few people that I know that they have, not believed in therapy, and they don't believe in like mental health and like things like that. And I think you have to shut that out, because at the end of the day, if you're going through something, you are the only person in the world that is going to be able to help you. You cannot rely on someone else's attention, someone else's help to fix you. Because at the end of the day, you are the only person that knows what's up here. Yes, you can talk to a therapist. Yes, you can reach out to people. You can reach out to your family, to your friends, to your partner. But you cannot rely on somebody to fix you. You have to love and care for yourself so much that you make the choice that you're going to want to help yourself because you want to be better. Not because someone else is helping you or someone else wants you to be better. No, you have to put the work in, because a lot of people these days won't do that for you. And unfortunately, sometimes you're going to have to take yourself out the mud when there is not somebody that will help you do it, will help do it with you. And a lot of us will stay in this victim mentality where we say that, we don't have any help. We don't have any support. Life is very unfair. And sometimes we don't have any help. We don't have any support. For years, neither of my parents believed in depression. Neither of my parents believed in anxiety. Neither of my parents believed in going to therapy and getting help for your problems. In Spanish culture, there's no such thing as that. Oh, you're depressed? No, it's fine. You're going to be fine. They brush it off like it's nothing. And in reality, I was hurting. I was struggling. And eventually, I had to get the help myself. I had to ask people. And eventually, they changed, and they learned that in this new generation, there is such thing as depression and anxiety. And there's real people have it. I think in the sense that they were scared that I was going to identify as a person with depression and identify as a person with anxiety. And that is one thing I will never do. I will never identify something that I'm not. Yes, I can be in a depressive state. Yes, I can have anxiety sometimes, but I am not depressed. I do not have depression, and I do not have anxiety. And that's the problem that a lot of people in this society have, that you will victimize yourself, that you're such a depressed person, that you don't want to get out of bed, that you have no motivation. And I get it. I get it, because for a long time, being young, I was very sad. I was a very, very sad teenager. I was home. I was sleeping, especially when COVID hit. And when we were in quarantine, that's all I was doing. And that's when I got into weed and I started smoking. I was drowning in myself. I didn't know what to do. And throughout the years, I've started to change my narrative, that I cannot identify as something, that Satan has took my body to make me this way. Satan gave me the depression. Satan gave me the anxiety to identify as. I'm not those things. I can be those things. I can be in a depressive state. I can have anxiety sometimes, but I'm not going to identify as that, because that's the moment that I give that control. I give it power over my body, and that's not what I want to do. I need to take control of me. It's not about denying your struggles. It's not to say that you're not going through hard things. It's choosing to be the author of your life, the author of your story, the story that you were made to write, the reason why you're here now. And if you continue to be in this rut where you're stuck and you don't know what to do, and you're in a moment of stillness, it seems like you're going to be there forever and you're never going to see light. But I'm telling you that that's the complete opposite. You will see light. You will get out of that rut. You will eventually be away from stillness, and you will be around so much movement and so much light and so much positivity and joy and happiness, because you deserve it. Don't let the devil choose your story, because you have every power in the world and the will that God gave you to be the author of your own story and create your own future and your own happiness and everything that you've ever wanted to accomplish and fulfill in this lifetime. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in into today's episode. I truly enjoyed speaking about this, opening up about it. Maybe in future episodes, I'll open up a little bit more if you guys are interested in just my life and things that I've had to endure and go through, and, how I've been able to move on from them and deal with it and become the version of myself that I am today, right now. So I love you guys so much. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.